from this team did raise a few eyebrows around the country, but the team captain is still struggling for fitness. Kieran O'Sullivan has been brought back from the attack to the position which earned him an All-Star in '99. Mark O'Sullivan is back in the full forward line, with Joe Kavanagh running things from just behind. Philip Clifford also returns to the full forward line. Clare have filled a vacancy at full-back. Donal O'Sullivan is over his hamstring problems and plays. Clare, though, have had difficulties with injuries in the build-up to this game. Martin Daly is out injured. At 28, he may never play again. Ger Keane and Brian McMahon are also out. Up front, a lot is expected today of Peadar McMahon, Colm Mullen and Dennis Russell. But just how they cope without Daly and Keane, we'll have to wait and see. And the referee today, Seamus McCormack from County Meath. This Munster football semi-final underway. As you can see, Kieran O'Sullivan has moved into midfield, and straight away he feeds Joe Kavanagh. Cork and Clare, their first meeting in the championship in 4 years. Here's Philip Clifford. Oh dear. Well, that's after only 14 seconds, and Philip, brought back onto the Cork team, hasn't brought the shooting boots. And a great kick out from James Hanrahan. Joe Considine gives it to Mark O'Connell, wing-back who loves to come forward. Did well to release that. Peadar McMahon out from full forward and winning his free. Graham Canty pushing him to the ground. Clare will have their first shot on goal after 3 minutes. Well, there's the free, a blatant push by Graham Canty. It's Colm Mullen who is lining up to take this free. A Clare minor in '97, won an All-Ireland title in Croke Park, and well, he's very good from place balls. The man from St. Joseph's Durabear Field, first score of the match. Clare in the lead after 4 minutes. Long one forward towards David Russell. From David Russell now it's Mullen. Looks very lively when he's close enough to the ball. Dennis Russell on the left foot. Put it over. That's a great point from Dennis Russell. And what a start Clare have made after 9 minutes. They've had 2 shots on goal. They've converted them both. This was a great point, all set up by Colm Mullen. Nobody picking up Dennis Russell. And that's a lovely finish. Colm Mullen over a cross after this with Anthony Lynch. Lynch, a superb cornerback, and he read that well. Michael O'Sullivan, Joe Kavanagh. And now Owen Sexton. This looks promising for Cork, and they found another gap. Kieran O'Sullivan lost it, just took his eye off it, and Brian Considine is there. Clare looking very hungry, but not getting the break. Here's Aidan Dorgan. Outside to Martin Cronin. Can he show his forwards how to do it? Space for Martin Cronin, time to settle himself.
Wide ball.
But he's put it wide again. That is terrible shooting from Cork. They're 5th wide. We've been playing for 13 minutes. Well, if anything, I'd say Martin Cronin had too much time. The Clare defenders again backed off, and they'll have to cut that out if they are to win this match. Not much in it in the end, but another wide. Well, nobody marking Owen Sexton. Again, Clare a little bit loose, particularly in the half-back line. Slower ball in from Sexton. Hanrahan waited, and Clare get out of jail. Brendan O'Sullivan with the goal. And all of a sudden, all the good work Clare have put in for the first 16 minutes counts for nothing. Well, now we'll see how Clare will respond to that body blow. Michael O'Shea pumping it in towards Peadar McMahon. Tall hair, what a wonderful block down. And that goal really has given Cork such a lift. Here's Kieran O'Sullivan. Mark O'Sullivan out in front of Donal, the Clare fullback. And now the marking's falling apart. Finan Murray has Nicholas Murphy inside. Murray still going. And then lost it. Here's Brendan O'Sullivan. Well, he couldn't find the range from out of the hands, but off the ground. He's pretty lethal. A goal and a point for Brendan O'Sullivan in the space of a minute. Well, this has given Cork the lead for the first time in the game. Finan Murray will get a lot of the credit, and Brendan O'Sullivan in the right place. Well, this is a fine team score, but who was marking Owen Sexton? Finally somebody came to meet him, but it was a great run by the centre-half back. O'Sullivan was there, and the simplest of finishes for Brendan Ger O'Sullivan. Sexton, great vision to spot Mark O'Sullivan, and lovely running, and a nice finish. Nicholas Murphy, Kieran O'Sullivan, since the goal he's come more and more into the game, and again Clare not tight enough, and O'Sullivan bursting through, did the sensible thing, took the point. His first of the day, and Cork are back on track. Well, this was a great score. You have to ask questions though about the Clare marking. O'Sullivan let go through. Paul Hare, Barry Keating has a go himself, but once more it drops into the arms of Kevin O'Dwyer. Martin Cronin. Clare just not getting tight enough in all areas of the park. That's Brendan Ger O'Sullivan. Finan Murray, very tricky customer. Padraig Gallagher gone out of the game. Murray has time to slot this one over, and Clare a very troubled team at the moment. Cork look a different side, playing well. Cork with 1-3 without reply in the space of 5 minutes, and this is Murray's first point of the afternoon. Padraig Gallagher again too far away. Nice finish. Considine still going and pushes it out towards Padder McMahon. Graham Canty is the Cork fullback. There is support from Dennis Russell if McMahon can see him. Now Dennis Russell. Well, that's not going to find the range, but it could still be dangerous. Anthony Lynch has lost it. Colin Mullen, oh, great goal! Well, they are back on course. Colin Mullen with the goal. Well, Anthony Lynch, I thought he had held that, and that's a lovely finish from Mullen. Clare's first score in 12 minutes. Pressure put on Anthony Lynch by Paul Hare. And Dwyer did get a touch, but it wasn't enough. Mark O'Connell can't follow him, and he was really harried into giving it away. Here's Joe Kavanagh. Finan Murray. Oh, hands a little bit slow. And that's into the arms of James Hanrahan. Philip Smith. Dennis Russell coming more and more into the game on the left side of the Clare attack. Padder McMahon. Dennis Russell again. This is good running by the wing forward. Has a go himself, and that would be a fabulous score, and it is a great point. Best of the game so far from Dennis Russell. And they're back in front again. Well, this move started way inside the Clare half, and Dennis Russell, lovely interplay with Padder McMahon, and that's the score of the day so far, no question about it. Joe Considine, layoff for Mark O'Connell. Here's Padder McMahon, lovely layoff to Michael O'Shea. Can they extend their advantage? O'Shea, oh! Well, he'll settle for the point, but it was very nearly a goal for Michael O'Shea. It's a good spell for Clare. Well, I wonder, did Kevin O'Dwyer get a touch on this? Michael O'Shea got away from Miskela. Slightest touch, perhaps. Plenty of space in front of Dorgan. Owen Sexton running to his right. It's now with Sexton. Well, Considine missed his challenge. This is brilliant from Owen Sexton. Inside to Mark O'Sullivan. Sexton still going. He deserves a score from this. That was brilliant from Donal O'Sullivan, but still not clear. Finan Murray never really hit that right at all, and it all ends up at Cork's 7th wide of the game. Clare have only had 1 wide. Murray should really have done better. This was a brilliant run from Owen Sexton. He deserved a point, if not a goal, from it. It was brilliant. But just here, watch Donal O'Sullivan. That's a fantastic challenge from the fullback. still causing problems for Graham Canty. Martin Cronin. Canty. Good play by the Cork fullback, Aidan Dorgan. Yet to score for Cork today. That looks promising. And it's a point. Good score for Aidan Dorgan. And they're back to within 1. Well, Graham Canty made the initial incision in the Cork cover. And Dorgan never really going to miss from here. That was a nice score. Just a minute of normal time left for play. Aidan Dorgan. Oh dear. A big call. Here's Fionnán Murray. Nicely balled in towards Clifford. Hanrahan has lost it. Clifford with a chance of a goal. Oh dear. Well, his right foot is only for standing on, Philip Clifford. That was a bad miss. Dennis Russell. Tanner McMahon. Clare lead just a point. Here's Colin Mullen looking for some pace, but Anthony Lynch gets there in front of him. Really is such an accomplished cornerback, Anthony Lynch. Aidan Dorgan. Brendan Gerald O'Sullivan has been out of the game for Cork for the last 10 minutes or so. Mark O'Connell come across to try and challenge him. O'Sullivan's still going. Oh, that's a fine score from Brendan Gerald O'Sullivan. His personal tally for the afternoon now at a goal and 2. Lovely point, and they're all square again. Well, Mark O'Connell was marking Brendan Gerald O'Sullivan, but the Cork man just a little bit too strong and held his nerve in front of goal. Wind advantage for this second half is with Cork. It did change around during the first half, but now very firmly with the home side. But Clare on the attack. That's Brian Considine. Colin Mullen pushed off it by Anthony Lynch, and Clare will have a chance to go back in front again.
Come on, Lynchy, come on. Lynchy, come on.
Mullen has scored 1-2 in the game so far, and that's a straightforward chance for him, and he's taken it. So he's got 1-3. Of Clare's tally of 1-6. They lead again. Colin Corkery may be about to come into the Cork side. Mark O'Connell and Brendan Gerald O'Sullivan going for it. The Cork man wins out. And Joe Kavanagh. Philip Clifford just ahead. Kavanagh decides to hit it in around the houses and see what happens. Oh, and it's a goal. Fionnán Murray. Well, that could be a key moment in this game for Cork. Another goal. Fionnán Murray now has a goal and a point. Well, Joe Kavanagh, I wonder was he having a go for a point? One way or the other, it was an assist for the goal. And it seemed to hang up there for an eternity. James Hanrahan could do nothing about it. Well, here it is again. Murray. That's a great bit of skill. Hanrahan never got close. Michael O'Sullivan. Lynch. Lynch penalised for over-carrying the ball. Seamus McCormick only a few yards away to me, the referee. This will be tricky for Dennis Russell, kicking into the wind. Good contact on it, and that's a great score from Dennis Russell. Big point for Clare. Well, they haven't been too bothered by the Cork goal. They're now just 1 behind. Nicholas Murphy. Great catch again. That's up towards Colin Corkery. Couldn't get to it. Mistake. Here's Philip Clifford. They don't want to foul him. Clifford takes his point. Sensible option. Thought for a moment he was going to have a crack at goal. That is his first point of the afternoon. Important one as well for Cork. Well, there were a series of mistakes in the Clare defence before the ball came through to Clifford. Nice finish. Tyler McMahon. Now a chance for Clare. Stephen Hickey. Oh! It was straight at the goalkeeper, but Kevin O'Dwyer did his job. Cork just seemed to stop, and they were almost caught. Now Owen Sexton. Brendan Gerald O'Sullivan screaming for it. He's been picked out brilliantly by the centre-half back. Conrad Murphy through here. The goal will be crucial now. Fionn Murray, well, appeals for a penalty, and the penalty's been given, and the referee, perfectly positioned, was absolutely right. We have a look at it again. Yeah, that's a penalty. Corkery against James Hanrahan. Well, he tried to pick his spot, he hit it well enough, but it was a fair bit off target, and that's a let-off for Clare. They're still 2 points behind. Lovely strike, but a couple of yards wide from Colin Corkery. Anthony Lynch. Conrad Murphy, well, who was supposed to be marking Conrad Murphy? He'll have to make something of this. Time to steady himself, and that's a nice point. And they're in that comfort zone again, a 3-point cushion with 10 minutes to go. It's a good score. Well, if Conrad Murphy had failed to put this over, he would have been in big trouble with his teammates. He had so much time. The Clare marking very, very poor. David Russell. O'Donnell O'Sullivan deciding enough is enough, and he wants to join in the attack. Here's Peadar McMahon. Paul Hare. Oh, that's a good score. Very good team score from Clare. And this game not over yet. 4 minutes to go, and they're now just within 2 points. Excellent point, and Peadar McMahon does this so well, holding it up nicely. Paul Hare was free. Nice point. Loose ball forward. Joe Considine. Clare famously beat Cork in '97 in Ennis with a goal in stoppage time. Is it going to happen again? David Russell. O'Dwyer's off his line. Russell still going. And he sent it wide. Well, that was a bad miss. There were 2 players free inside for David Russell, but he couldn't pick them out. Glorious chance for Clare. You can't see it there, but there were 2 men free just to his left. Bad miss. Owen Sexton got to the break. Pumped forward towards Fionn Murray. Oh, there's a mistake. Conrad Murphy to Murray once more. And is that the insurance score? It gives them a 3-point cushion. Just over a minute left for play, and Fionn Murray with a goal and 2 in the game. Well, the mistake by Ronan Slattery, unable to get to it, set up by Conrad Murphy. That is surely the insurance for Cork. Desperation stuff for Clare at this stage. They have to do something. Niall Considine only on the field barely a few seconds. Anthony Lynch in front of him. Here's Mark O'Connell. Big hit just in front of the goal. Free to Clare. And they're going to have to try and conjure something up from here. Well, that's Mark O'Connell going through. And Nicholas Murphy, the player who felled him. Well, the game in stoppage time, and Dennis Russell looks as if he's going to just hit this over, and does, and narrows the gap. They're just 2 points behind. But is there enough time for Clare to do what they did in '97 and get a goal to beat Cork? Kick out so important. Nicholas Murphy has got it for Cork. Owen Sexton. Joe Kavanagh. Philip Smith was claiming that was a Clare ball. Brendan Gero Sullivan. Kavanagh chasing after it with Smith. Well, I have to say I'm surprised at that decision. Joe Kavanagh seemed to be pushed by Philip Smith, but the referee has given the free to Clare. David Russell. Clare have to move the ball forward quickly, and that's not the way to do it from Russell. Michael O'Sullivan finds Finan Murray. Jersey being pulled by Ronan Slattery, and eventually Slattery, as he seemed destined to do, gave away the free. Well, Slattery didn't look comfortable with Finan Murray, and eventually the referee said enough was enough. Free to Cork. Almost 3 minutes of stoppage time played at the end of this game, and if Colin Corkery can send this over, Cork will be home and dry, and he's done it. Surely that is enough for Cork to make the Munster final. Brian Considine not able to control it. Here's Joe Kavanagh. Just a little bit freer now. Derek Kavanagh to Corkery. Donald O'Sullivan with him. Corkery barreling his way through. Pulled back. Another free. And this game just over. Colin Corkery having a go with the left boot. And that's brilliant. Left and right, he can send them over. 2 quick points. Cork on their way. Well, 4 minutes of stoppage time have now been played by the referee, and still we continue. Kieran O'Sullivan, Conrad Murphy, Brendan Gero Sullivan, Miskela beside him. Plenty of height on it, but not enough accuracy. Cork's 12th wide. And there is the whistle for full time. Cork are through to another Munster final, but they kicked 11 wides today, and they really will have to improve an awful lot if they're to trouble Kerry in the Munster decider. Clare, they play Laois in the losers round here at Páirc Uí Chaoimh. It's finished Cork 2-11, Clare 1-10. Paddy, how would you assess the way the team played today?
Could play better, but Clare really put it up to us. You know, I suppose it was a great game for a neutral to look at, but not a great game if you're involved with them.
You made a poor start. They made a very good start.
We made a poor start in scoring. We hit 5 wides, which is, you know, a little bit, I suppose. Our average kicks probably under pressure, but it did put us in the back foot.
You did, as you say, miss a fair few chances, didn't you?
We did, yeah, we did in the first half. Playing against the win, like it had settled us, we got him in the long way waiting from. Then the goal that we got had settled us. We came back then and we gave, you know, away a bit of a silly goal after that, but a goal is a goal.
If you look over the 70 minutes, the game was there for us, and you know, but in saying that, we came down here as underdogs today, and I think we gave it our best shot. It wasn't good enough, but I think I'm proud of the boys. They gave it everything, but as you say, we didn't get the result on the day.
How much do you feel you need to improve to trouble Kerry now in the Munster final?
I suppose not more than 500%.
That much?
Oh God, yes. Because, I mean, if we play the way we play today, like, I mean, we're only wasting our time turning up here against Kerry. But you know, the great thing about sport is the uncertainty of it, and the day we lose hope, like, we'll all give up. So we live in hope.
Yeah, of course they will. Now, that was a much closer game than many people expected, and victory for Cork against a backdrop of sadness for the Cork manager, Larry Tompkins, who missed today's game following the death of his mother over the weekend, and we do, of course, extend our sympathies. Pat Spillane, you watched this match today. On the highlights, it looked okay, but overall, what did you think of it?
Well, we watched 2 games here, the highlights of 2 games. We saw the Leinster clash and we saw this clash, and this was a bit like watching a bicycle race after the Formula 1, which was the level of intensity and pace was much lower than we saw in Croke Park. It was a reasonable game. Now, we can credit Clare's battling qualities, and they were in the game. They were only 2 points behind in the last few minutes of the game. They were very tenacious defence. At the end of the day, it took them a half an hour to score from play in the second half. I think it had much to do with Cork's mediocrity than anything inspired performance by Clare that the game was so close. I mean, Cork gave them didn't score in the first 15 minutes, kicked 12 wide. Like Paddy Sheehan honestly admitted, they need at least a 500% improvement. And all Cork people are hoping that I'll really ridicule them tonight, and that'll give them plenty ammo for July the 15th, which I won't. But they were woeful today. The second half had a sort of inevitability about it that Cork were always going to win, and the game was going to be close. But Clare wouldn't win if the game was played till 12 midnight.
I know.